Hello, Mel. Right, Mel?
Yep, I'm Mel.
Perfect. Lovely. I am the inspector from the Ministry of Mundane Mysteries. Connor, thank you so much for meeting with me so that we can get this discussion started as to what mystery you are bringing to my attention. That is cis-normative in nature, correct?
Yes, it's really strange. I need your help to figure something out.
For sure. Let me have it. Let's go. What's the mystery all about?
Okay, so I noticed for the last little while that anytime someone has like car trouble or, whatever, and I don't know if my name's been shared in the community or what, but people get a hold of me whenever they need something fixed. And so I keep going and fixing other people's stuff. And I'm not really sure, how this has come about, but I kind of would like to figure it out.
Interesting. Huh. Car trouble, you say. That is unusual. I think, didn't we've rebooked this because the previous appointment that we had, you had to cancel, correct?
Yeah.
Huh. Was it for the same reason? Someone was calling you for car trouble?
Yeah, okay. So last week, a friend of mine had a flat tire and they needed my help. So then this week, someone else was getting a hold of me and they needed me to look at, I think it was a messed up alternator, is what they said, but they needed it looked at. So I went and had a look at it. And yes, it was the alternator. And then I replaced it today so that I could go to
Ah.
work tomorrow. But it's just one of those things, it's just ongoing.
Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know if everyone who's watching is aware. Maybe you're wondering what this is all about, but I am Inspector Connor and I work at the Ministry for Mundane Mysteries, and I've been assigned to work with Mel. Do you have a sign name, Mel?
Yeah, it's M on the cheek.
Oh, beautiful. Lovely. Shows off your smile. I'm not surprised. Loving it. So my job is to, research and inspect on this particular mystery, and which is what we do at the ministry. And this is an interesting case. It's also happening right during Pride Month, and I gotta tell you, there does seem to be something's a little off. There are layers to the mysteries that are out there, complicated things that have social implications and are really coming out of a place of habit, heteronormativity, cis normativity, and is doing a number on the community, I feel. And so I appreciate the opportunity to really look into this through the lens of your particular mystery. Do you think that that might have be at play?
Yeah, it could be. People maybe see me as a lesbian, which means like, I can fix anything or whatever. And that's why they keep getting a hold of me with their problems.
Do you yourself identify as an out and proud lesbian?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All my family and friends, they know I've been out for a long, long time.
Tell me a little bit more about that, if you don't mind. That is, like, what was your coming out story, your journey? How did you come to figure out that this was who you were?
Well, I guess it started in high school because before high school, I was really like in denial. I wasn't interested in guys and that seemed weird, but, friends had said, oh, it's nothing, whatever. But then one friend of mine was like, no, 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 you're a lesbian. I was like, mm-mm. And my parents were really religious, so I really wasn't accepting of that. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that my friend was right. And so I started, to be more accepting of myself. For a while, I had said, I'm bi. And then as I grew up and became an adult, I realized, no, like I'm really only attracted to women. And so I've been an out and proud lesbian for the last 10, 15 years.
Wow, 10, 15 years, that's a long time. Are there, stereotypes that you embrace that you feel are actually part of your identity, or are there only specific things that you subscribe to? I don't know. I guess what I'm asking is about labels. How do you feel about the label lesbian?
Well, it's hard to say because I change my appearance. Sometimes I have long hair, sometimes I shave it all off, especially if it's, hot or I'm doing like dirty work. I'd say I probably more of like an androgynous type person, maybe. I'm like kind of neutral in the middle there, because I really hate the idea of labeling like that's a male behavior and that's a female behavior. I really think that like anybody can do anything and be anything. So, whatever you want to be is who you are.
I totally get where you're coming from. As a gay guy myself, I work as an inspector, sure, and I have days where, I'm feeling a little macho, I'm feeling a little, gruff and tough and doing my thing, and then there are other
Mhm.
days where I'm a dainty ass bitch,
Yeah,
sitting
exactly.
sitting doing my mimosa thing and just, going about my business that way.
Hmm.
I'm not, flexibility is where it's at. Do what you
Exactly.
got to do depending on the day. But you bring up something interesting, that there's this sort of habit of people always calling you and asking you to fix car problems.
Fix anything. Fix the car, fix the bed, fix your house, just
Oh,
anything.
okay. So just a general fixer. I've got to get my notepad. Just
Yeah,
forgive me
sure.
for a second. I got to
Yeah,
take my
no
notes.
worries.
Tell me, well, before I ask, like, I just want to be clear that at the ministry, we don't really take a traditional approach when it comes to our investigations. Our questions may seem off topic, but really it's all about getting to the heart of the information. So I'm collecting information. Please be your most genuine, honest self as
Okay,
possible, because in the end, we are working together on this
sounds
case.
good.
So thank you for that. So forgive this next question, but you were telling me, in terms of your work, didn't you tell me that you got a new job?
Yeah, I start work tomorrow. So I was laid off and I was home for a while just doing nothing and it was driving me crazy. I couldn't wait for a job to call me. So I started looking for other work and I got a call from a guy doing fixing type work, painting, repairs, that sort of thing.
Nice. Okay, thank you. Is that with a specific company or more freelance based?
No, so it's one company, but we travel to different locations. So we work in people's homes, doing TV mounts or packing furniture, renovating, replacing flooring or doing bathroom renovations. It's really an A to Z do it all kind of company.
Understood. A to Z. So like, just like, the LGBTQ community has all the letters,
Yeah,
you are an A to Z
I'm
company.
I'm a handy woman.
A Jill of all trades, I'm
Yeah,
gather.
yes, that's right.
Nice. Okay, just jotting that down really quick. What were you doing before? You said that you were laid off, but have you been doing professionally for a while?
Yeah. So before that, actually, I was working as a tool repair person. So if people broke like a mower or, an air casing or an electric tool, they would send it off to me and I would have a look and see what exactly was broken. And, maybe it would be like ordering a part for an easy fix or, it was something that couldn't be fixed. Fine, drop the whole thing. Or if it was through warranty, we would just send it off and replace the entire piece. Or I would do my own work and replace the part myself.
Fascinating. I got to tell you though, the specifics of what you're talking about are completely out of my league, but the general storytelling I really appreciate. I think you have a scratch post right there.
Yeah.
Does that mean you have a cat nearby?
Yeah, actually, I have 4 cats.
Four?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, something to write down. Not just the
Yeah,
one.
there's one right here. Yeah, you can see his paw right here.
I'd love to meet them. Oh, look at that. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
oh,
his little
that
paw.
paw is
Yeah, oh, now he's
adorable.
awake. There he is.
Oh, wow. Adorable.
Yeah,
So
now he's
cute.
watching us.
What's their name?
That's Nova. Yeah, Nova, and on the nose.
Nova.
Yeah, because he's got a black nose right in the middle of his face.
Adorable. So four. There's a story behind there, I think. Why four?
Okay, so I only plan to have 2. I had one older cat for 14 years, and unfortunately, he passed away from cancer. And so that was really sad. And
Mm,
a friend of mine said, you should maybe get another cat because you're so used to taking care of a pet. And now, you've got this giant empty place in your life, and so maybe you need some company. And so I had found 2 orphan kittens. They were males, and their mother had passed away. And I really only planned to take one and foster it. But then when I went to pick it up, the second one came and like jumped and grabbed onto my face, and I knew I couldn't let it go. So I ended up with 2. And then probably about a year later, a friend of mine let me know that there was a group of kittens that were with a really like starved looking mother out in the middle of nowhere, like out in the country, and so didn't know
mm.
where they came from or anything, and mom was really like starving and the babies seemed kind of sick. They'd been out in the rain for a while, and so I said, okay, well, I'll help find homes for some of them. And so the 2 of them that were really sick, I said that I would keep for a little while. And so and then send them off to a home to be adopted out. But my girlfriend at the time decided that she wanted us to keep them, and I said, the 2 of us should not keep them. And she said, no, we have to. And so we decided, okay, fine. So 4 cats it was. And then later, when we actually ended up breaking up, I was like, okay, well, you can take some cats. And she was like, no, I can't because I work all day and I'm not home that often. And so then it was like, okay, well, are they going to stay with me, or are they going to stay two with her and two with me? And that was hard because they had already grown up together. So we didn't really want to separate four of them, or at least I didn't have the heart to do it. So now I have four cats and I'm a crazy cat lady.
Wow. Oh, that's such an awesome, inspiring story. I'm
Mm.
sorry to hear about the
Oh, it's
previous
okay.
cat that died of
Yeah, no,
cancer,
it's
but
fine. He had a happy life.
interesting to go from one to four.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've heard so many people who, during COVID have been stuck at home with nothing to do, right? Whereas here I am with four cats that keep me busy all day. I've got them like
Mm.
on a little play rotation.
Well, I'm glad to see that it's worked out for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
no complaints here.
All right. Well, I'm doing pretty well. I think I got a lot of information from you that really does help in terms of this particular investigation. The question we're, addressing is why you are getting approached with all these kinds of similar fix-it
Mhm.
offers. Um, and I
Yeah,
mean, you
there's just
happen
something
to be a
in there.
lesbian, sure, but like, there's something in the air, it seems, that's
Yeah.
led to this happening.
Mhm.
Um, I will do my best to figure that out for you. I'm sure there's nothing malicious or dangerous going on, I'm sure. But sometimes, here at the ministry, we just like to, provide some closure, just some answers that make it easier to just, be a human
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
So closing this file for you, I think would be really important, or solving this case, help you just like be a human without, having this pervasive question on your mind at all times.
Yeah, that'd be really great because I would like to understand why everyone's after me. It's a little weird. So
Hmm.
hopefully you'll be able to solve my case.
Understood. Before I leave you, I'll start the case and I'll do my thing. It'll may take a few days, possibly a week before we chat again. I will eventually, however, send you a message, whether that's through video phone or a
Mhm.
text message. Please answer me as soon as you can, because it will mean like that it will be urgent that we get in touch ASAP.
All right, I'll make sure that I'm plugged into my alert system. But please, like no 2 a.m., 3 a.m. calls, right? Because I love me some sleep.
Understood. I'm the same way. I love my sleep. Most of the time,
Good.
like my investigative work happens at night where, I'm really productive during the nighttime. So I'm a bit of a night owl that way. But in exchange, I need to, I value my sleep as well.
Yeah.
Very last question, Mel. Sorry,
Sure.
but very
Yeah.
last question. What's your favorite thing to do during Pride Month? Your go-to activity?
Hmm. Um, I guess I would have to say I love going out to the beer garden with friends, or,
Right.
going like as a group to a pub. But the required elements are beer, good food, and good company. Have a time people watching and chatting.
Love it. Love that answer. I myself am not a beer person. I love my wine, my mimosas.
Hmm.
So that's where you can find me. All right,
Well,
where
you could
did
bring
my
a
pen
glass of
go?
wine.
Oh, I don't know where that is. Okay, thank you very much, Mel.
Mhm.
We will
Yep.
be in touch soon.
Okay.
Take
Yep.
very good care and happy
Have a good
Pride.
day. Well, happy Pride.
Whew. God, I hate working from home. I'm glad I got that picture at the ministry before the office is closed. Um, what's this notification? Huh? Someone's at the door. Who can that be? What? Hmm.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Are you alone?
My girlfriend is here today, but that was it.
Okay. Okay. I wanted to make sure. Um, Sorry, I've been looking to talk to someone who is in a similar kind of circumstance as me. Odd. It's a mystery.
Mm.
Yeah. So I think has something odd happened to you lately? Something
Well, kind
recently
of.
that, yeah?
Yeah, a friend of mine asked them to go and fix their van. Well, they asked me to go fix the van for someone anyways, and it was an alternator that needed replacing.
Huh. So, okay, so I'm Karen White.
What's your sign name?
I don't have one. Although I've had a lot of people, they sort of see me, they meet me, and instantly sort of start to give me the sign name. It looks like snob, but they put a K on the tip of my nose, on the tip of your nose. I don't know. So many people have given me that sign name. I'm not using it though. Anyway, okay, I have some notes that I'm referring to. And I guess the first thing to say is just that I notice so many people have these assumptions they're making about me the moment they meet me. I say my name is Karen, and they make these assumptions that I'm this raging bitch, that I'm going to be rude or impolite, and I don't get it. Any thoughts around that? I don't know why people are making assumptions about me, but that's
Well,
my situation.
I think it's probably because of the memes that are all over the internet about Karen. That's kind of taken off, and everyone meets a Karen and they laugh at the joke of, a Karen, right? Maybe just make up a
Oh,
funny nickname or ignore it, It's a joke, I guess.
the memes like all online, all over the place.
Oh
What are
my
you
gosh,
talking
there are
about?
so many of them. Yeah. Karen with her little bob haircut. They have
Oh,
the memes about, yeah, you
I'll
should
have to
look it
check
up.
this out.
There's like the 20 times you've met a Karen. Like you go to the grocery store and there's that one woman who's never satisfied and complains about everything. It's all over the
Oh
internet.
my God. But I okay, but that's not me. That's making assumptions about who I am because of my name.
It's a joke. It's
I
supposed
hope
to be a
so.
joke.
Stop chewing the. Sorry, one of my pet rabbits is chewing my bag. It's on the floor there. Oh, so irritating. Anyway,
Well, maybe you should like feed your rabbit.
no, I did. No, that they've been fed. I have 4 of them. They've all been fed. They're just kind of playing over here now in the space next to
Whoa,
me.
4 rabbits?
Yeah, yeah. Do you have pets?
Yeah, actually, I have 4 cats.
Oh, what are their names?
Well, up there is Nova, and then I have 3 more, and they're sleeping in the other room. It's Comet, Harley, and Prr has a little mustache. Harley's got a little mark on his chin.
Oh,
Nova's got a little black spot on his nose.
oh, cute. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the situation. You said you felt like people are constantly asking you to like fix things and
Yeah,
stuff.
the last one was pretty good looking.
Okay. I think the same thing has been sort of happening with me. People make assumptions based on your identity, right? So if you identify as a lesbian, for example, or a butch lesbian, people are assuming that you're a fix-it person. You're going to repair things.
Yeah,
Or
exactly. Because I'm not a lipstick lesbian. People see me and they think that, I can just fix anything.
right? So you're put in this box, right?
Yeah.
People assume that, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've had very similar kind of experiences. No one's watching this conversation, right?
Nobody but my cats.
Oh, well, that's okay. I trust your cats. Okay, so the government of Canada,
Sorry,
they have
government of what?
government of Canada, well, spelled KKK, Canada, not like we don't have racism across this whole country. Anyways, so they have a department, and it's sort of like a summer program. And what they're doing, I mean, lots of people have been affected by COVID. So the program focuses on people who are underemployed or unemployed, and they're trying to sort of find work for them, right? But they're making assumptions, I think, based on who people are, what their identity is. They make assumptions based on stereotypes. So for example, I'm a Karen, and I'm constantly being asked to do office administrative work or
Oh.
secretarial work, or let's make vlogs where you're, this raging bitch and you tell it like it is. I'm like, that is not necessarily me. Now that I know that it's because my name is Karen. They actually put me into a group. They wanted me to work in this group with a whole bunch of Karens. They were all Karens. Anyways, so I think that there's some control happening at that kind of level, and they're making assumptions about people, and they're not paying for the work either.
They're not
By the way.
paying people to work?
No, they're asking me to do all this stuff, whether it's administrative, whatever, and they're not paying me. Like, do you not have that same kind
Have
of
you
experience?
asked, and they told you no?
Yeah, yeah. And they're asking me to do all sorts of vlogs and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly. So I've just been, that's what I've been dealing with. And I really felt like I should go to the ministry, but I feel like they work with queer clients and I'm cis and I didn't feel comfortable about approaching them. So I just
Okay.
thought my cousin kind of told me about this summer program thing, so I wanted to pass it on to you because I know that you're in touch with the ministry, and maybe you can pass on to Detective Connor what I'm sharing with you. So it's what my cousin has
Oh,
told me that I'm
uh,
telling you.
okay. So you want me to tell that to my detective, but not say who you are?
No, 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 no. Don't share my name, please.
Okay.
Just what I just mentioned about
Just
like
your
that
name.
summer
No,
program
just
thing.
your story. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then see what he can do about that.
Yeah. So government of Canada, and they are, you know, looking at stereotypes, and they're making assumptions on people based on their identities and streamlining this kind of job employment program. It's all about, I think, control.
And
All
they're
about
not paying
control, and
you.
right? Not paying you and putting you in boxes,
Huh.
making
Okay. Well,
assumptions.
yeah, I can for sure let him know, but why don't you just contact them yourself?
I'm cis. I don't. I don't know if it's. They work with queer clients, right? I'm not queer, so I don't know if that's appropriate. I just.
Oh, so maybe you need like a
Uh,
straight detective. I get. Okay, fine.
right?
Right.
You
Are
get me.
you
You get me.
sure that you're 100% straight?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Anyway, it was nice talking with you. Thanks so much for your help. I gotta go.
Okay. Huh. Weird. Karen and I kind of seem to have a similar issue. People asking us to do work for them all the time, but she's not getting paid. That's really strange. My cousin works at the ministry. Maybe I'll tell my inspector about it when I get a hold of him next time and he can figure out what's going on with her.
Hey there, how you doing?
I'm good. I just recently got in from work and now I'm having a break. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm Kamala Harris, VP of the United States.
What's your sign name again?
Like this.
Oh,
It's based on the lotus flower because that's the meaning behind my name.
right. Oh, what a lovely sign name.
Thank you. I wanted to get in touch with you. Well, I mean, I'm contacting you from the White House, obviously. And you had a chat with someone recently, did you not?
Yeah, and I guess I can talk about it now with you if you want. What's up?
Well, I wanted to check in. That's kind of what I want to talk about. Um, so yesterday you were contacted by someone online,
I actually had two calls, one from a detective and one from a stranger. Why?
the stranger. Can you speak to that? Tell me a little bit more about that call.
Sure. It was someone who does not wish to be named. And actually, they kind of were talking about a bunch of different things. But from what I could understand, they've been part of a government program that's going to help those in the queer community find work. But she's not queer herself. And she was wondering, is she going to get paid for her work or not? And what she can do about that type of situation. So,
Wait, okay, no, I need to clarify a couple of things. So, um, you're the government, right?
do you work for the government?
No, hold on, wait, I just want to clarify. So this person who contacted you,
Yeah.
they said,
Okay. Sorry, it seems like what they said was that the government was trying to, help people go back to work, and they had set up a program for queer people, like people from the LGBTQ community.
okay, okay, all right. So yeah, let me set the record straight. I'm obviously not in the White House. I work in HR, the Department of Diversity for the Government of Canada.
Oh,
And that person was Karen White, wasn't it?
I actually can't really remember her name. Sorry, I'm really awful with names.
Right. Of course. Nope, confidentiality, all that stuff. Sure. Um, regardless whether you tell me the name or not. I'm really irate at the moment. So yes, there is a summer program, but the details that you're sharing with me is, yeah, they're completely off. So we do research. We research groups of people based on their skill sets. That's how we group them based on skill sets.
Okay.
And then we work on employment from that perspective. So it's really not about pay or not paying. That's not even a question. I mean, we're the government. We have a budget for this program. We run the program. So
Right.
we're paying
Yeah, of
people.
course. Yeah.
So yeah, so the not paying of a job of work is a weird thing for
Yeah,
me.
no, she was more just wondering, like, if she didn't get paid, what she could do about it. But, was wondering if you're going to be paying everyone in the program, which I'm getting you will.
Well, and we pay everybody. I mean, We even pay probably companies and people that we shouldn't, but we're not going to talk about that. So
Okay.
okay. Thank you for telling me what you were told. That's fantastic. So it gives me a chance to kind of clear the air and tell you what's really going on. We don't focus on, for example, the queer community, the LGBTQ community. We do have groups of people, but again, like I say, it is really based on their skill sets. We do research, we
Oh.
find out what skills people have, and then we
Mhm.
refer work to them.
Okay.
So for example, if I know your skill set, then we send jobs and work your way, things that people need done, we send your way
Oh.
because we know you have that skill.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's how the program works. So I guess overall, though, my point is that this really doesn't have anything to do with the case that you're having,
Yeah.
inspected.
Honestly, when she was telling me her story, it seemed a little strange. Like there was not really any evidence to what she was saying, so I didn't really know what was going on and what to do. So.
Right. Well, no, and you know what? Karen is my sister, and yeah, we butt heads a lot, and she's not my favorite person. She's critical of pretty much everything I do. So yeah, I've lost my temper more than once at her. So yeah. Yeah, so I appreciate you kind of sharing that with me. And I also appreciate you maybe not sharing all the information around about the department. I don't want
No,
anyone to
for
badmouth
sure, for
us or
sure. I mean,
misunderstand.
I'm hearing both of what you've said and what she said, and this isn't my area, so if there's more to deal with, I'm sure
Well,
it'll be between the two of you.
well, I appreciate your help. I really do. I hope you have a wonderful holiday weekend. I mean, I'm on holiday. You can see out the windows behind me. I'm flying back tonight though.
Oh yeah,
But
nice.
yeah, I hope you have a good time. I'm really happy that we had this chance to clear the air. And yeah, not related to your case at all. My department is a completely separate thing. What we're doing is not related. Do you have any questions for me?
No, yeah, no, I'm great, great answers to my questions. Have a safe flight.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Bye. Good night. Whoa, that was so weird. First, I get the first call, and now I have a call from her. And she's saying she's in the White House, and then later changes her story and says she works for the government of Canada in the Department of Diversity. And then she's all after me saying, like all these things that she might think I'm saying bad things. I hope she understood that I'm not about that. Gosh, I hope Connor calls me back soon so that we can get this sorted because I do not want to be involved. Hey.
Hello, Mel. Mel, can you see me? Can you see me?
Yeah, your video's a little slow, but it's okay.
Okay. The reason for that, like I'm signing pretty slow and the connection's not great, is because I'm right outside the Human Resource Department office in Ottawa. I haven't talked to
Oh,
you in a few days. How have things been going?
busy, busy. I've been getting some weird and interesting calls. How are you?
Oh, well, I've been really busy too, investigating your case.
Mhm.
You will never guess where I am right now. But just before that, who's been calling you? Like, what's been going on?
Well, I got two strange phone calls, really, just like out of the blue. The first one, it was hard to understand what she was talking about. And then the second one was actually related to the first one. And it was kind of a little more clear, but I don't know, it was a little weird and strange that they contacted me in the first place.
Interesting. Like, you've never met these people?
Yeah, so the first call was the same day that I spoke to you, and then the next call was the day after I talked to you.
Interesting. I really want to hear what those calls were about. What did they look like? What were their names?
Well, okay, so there was one woman, the first call, and she didn't actually want me to mention her name for her own reasons, but she talked about a whole kinds of different things. But it seemed like she was working for a government
The
program where they're
government.
encouraging people to go back to work, and it was focused on gay and lesbian folks, and they were being stereotyped into different kind of jobs, I guess. But then the second call was from a woman who worked HR.
HR, you say?
Yeah, well, that's what she said.
Wow, very interesting. Thanks so much for sharing. I'm hold on, just give me a second. I'm trying to keep hidden because and I'm just, around this shrubbery
Mm.
because well, so interesting. So I got this paper after our last call. I got this paper shoved under my door, and I've never heard of this before. Maybe it's a yogurt brand. I have no idea. Things are fancy nowadays. But now I realize it's the government of Canada, the
Yeah,
HR department, and you got a call from the same people.
exactly. Yeah, her
Wow.
name was Kamala or something about a
Kamala
flower.
Harris. Yes, I'm familiar. Hold on, let me just write this down real quick. Interesting, very interesting. Anything else? Any other information? Anything she said? That's...
Well, she said that she worked in HR and that she had had some concerns about, hearing that someone had contacted me. I thought it was a little strange, but I guess, the woman had said she wasn't sure if she would get paid or not. And then the woman in the second call ended up admitting it was her sister and kind of cleared some things up for me.
You know what, Mel? I'm gonna move around because this is just not working, and so let me just quickly have to keep hidden. And the lights and the shade is in the way. Oh, that works well. Oh, look, I got, I'm borrowing this tree's branch, perfect eye level height. All right, so I really want some more information. So they called you and they were telling you this stuff and sharing some information. I got some questions for you. They're going to seem really out of left field, but please just trust the process and trust the fact that this information is important to me. The first question has to be, what is the last sweet thing you ate?
Well, I haven't eaten anything recently. I did buy a bag of M&Ms that I'm planning on eating tonight, but I don't eat sweet things very often.
I see. Okay. What kind of M&Ms?
Oh, just the chocolate, the plain kind,
Oh, okay. Good. Very good to know. Thank you very much for sharing that. That's very helpful. And of course, all of this will be kept confidential. And the second question, if you don't mind me asking, if you could pick any color out of all the multitude of pride flags, transgender, gay pride, etc., if you could pick your favorite color out of all of them, what would they be?
To put on my body?
Yeah, if you could paint your whole body with just one color, what would it be? You can go with two. That's fine.
I would say black and gray.
Black and gray, you say. Interesting. All right, yeah, that's true. There's some black and gray in some of them. All right, perfect. Wonderful. I think that would be great on your body. Okay, all right. Let me just think for a quick second. Okay, last question. You work as a repair person and you have a toolbox, I assume.
In my car right now.
Your favorite tool out of that toolbox would be?
That's a hard one. I have 3, and one's got power tools, and then one's got like old wrenches and a vise and a couple other tools that are, very specific to the trade, and.
But which tool? Sorry, I missed. Which tool was it?
Oh, you want me to name which tool?
Yeah,
or a toolbox?
The absolute most necessary, your favorite go-to tool.
Oh, that'd be my drill.
Perfect. Okay. You know what? I think that's good. I think I'm good. It's really important that I gotta. Oh, hold on. Whoa! Gotta go.
Huh.
Hi.
Hi.
I need to talk to Mel.
Yeah, I'm Mel.
Oh, perfect. I'm Kaylee. I'm from Fantastic Queers. And we are supporting neighborhood pets. And we're doing a survey, collecting information about various people and their pets, the experience of owning them. We're also kind of focusing on animal rights, similar to human rights. So I have some survey questions. Would you be willing to answer them? It's all about pets and your experience.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Okay, perfect. So I have a bunch of questions here. So in your life, you've probably had some pets. How many have you had?
Sorry, you want like all of my pets from my entire life?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Well, when I was young, I had one really small dog, and then
over the next 3 hours, Kaylee asked lots of questions about Mel's cats, their partying habits, their preferred catnip. How were her cats dealing with the pandemic? Did they have thoughts on that? She finally got into the strange and odd benefits of cat ownership. When you're sleeping, right? They've proven that having a cat around you when you're sleeping, it reduces stress and it's good for your mental health. Yeah, it's been proven. And when you're sleeping too, there's like this energy transfer that happens. They're purring near you and you have this sort of reflective kind of reaction to their purring and their vibration. You learn about their body language. There's like this communication thing that happens between you and your pet. And it's kind of this symbiotic relationship that you get. And I think it also works at improving your own skills. If you learn more, so your own skills, what you do gets better because you're gathering knowledge even from your animals, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think that's it for my questions. Thanks for your time. That's perfect. We're going to gather all the information from all the surveys, and I'm not sure if we're going to be emailing results or not. But I mean, if you're interested, watch for the results because they'll definitely be put out
Okay.
there.
Sorry, if I could just ask, like, what was the point exactly of the survey?
You know what? I gotta go. I have no time. I'm so sorry. Gotta go. Have a great day. Bye.
Okay, bye. Have a good
She
afternoon.
bought it. She bought it. We're good. No worries at all. No, I know, but she sorry. No, I got
Huh. Okay. Wow. Hmm.
wait a second. I think I know him. Huh.
Wait a minute. She kind of looks. Let me see here. Yeah, I think that's. Huh.
Wait, is that? Oh, I think he's actually looking for me.
Hi. Hi there.
Oh, I
I think I've heard of
I'm
you.
working. I'm on the clock. I can't.
Oh no, it's no, don't please come back.
No, have no time. I'm working.
Please. Oh, it's just it'll be nothing. Oh, I am not paid enough for this.
No, no, no. Ah, he's catching up to me. Okay, I got to get out of here. I cannot talk to him.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to get up to catch up to her. Hey, oh hi there. I'm so sorry you caught me in the middle of a bath.
Okay. Okay.
I'm really sorry about this. I just got back from Ontario. I flew in and I just got so exhausted. And first of our business, take a bath.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
You doing?
Hi. I'm good. I'm really impressed with your beautiful chest hair, Matt. Like, really nice.
Oh, you know what? Body positivity all the way.
Absolutely.
A little bit of trim here and there, never hurt
Oh,
anybody. But
just
all in all, just
proud of your
full
body.
natural.
Oh yeah. So, how are things going with the inspection? Yesterday was kind of weird. Are you
Right.
all right?
I must have given you a bit of a scare at our last call. Like I sort of disconnected out of nowhere.
It's okay. I just
This
was
is
wondering.
this is a bit embarrassing, but so you know how I was trying to keep a low profile and I didn't want to be seen by anybody. And right beside me, where we were chatting, where there was a window with a bit of a dark tint, and so you see your reflection in it. And so I saw someone at the corner of my eye and hightailed it out of there, realizing later that it was my reflection. So that's embarrassing.
Hmm.
And there's been a few, in regards to your case, there have been a few distractions, like starting with that paper that got shoved over under my door. But all that to say is that I have
Oh,
solved your mystery.
okay. Well, tell me.
Before before I get into the details, did you get a third call from somebody?
Yeah, I got a phone call from 3 different people actually.
Yes, I thought you did. Let me just get my notes.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Here they be.
Mm.
Right. Okay. So remember our last conversation? I asked you about your favorite M&Ms.
Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
was yesterday.
Yeah. That gave me a lot to mull over. And then I asked you about your favorite tool in your toolbox, and you mentioned your drill.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking those over, and I got to thinking about, okay, well, candies are sweet, and a drill would be like a dentist tool. Like you have too much sugar, and you know, get a lot of cavities, so you got to go to the dentist to fix the cavities. And fixing cavities means, you know, you got to be a good fixer, and you are a good fixer. So that's where my brain was leading me, and I was thinking, like, where does that bring me next? Well, a lot of people go onto websites such as Craigslist to find people who are going to fix whatever it is they need fixing. So I was visiting these websites and I was trying to find out, you know, who is the most active user on these websites, who is on them every day, who is posting, who is answering, etc., etc. And I found the IP address of, by a large margin, the most active user and found them to be in Edmonton,
Oh.
your hometown. So I thought that that was really interesting that of all of these websites that I was going and visiting and investigating, the most active user was living in Edmonton. This is, you know, worldwide. And so I flew to Edmonton and found a Karen White.
In Edmonton.
Does that name sound familiar?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was my first caller.
Yes. Yes, I do believe it was your first caller. So Karen White gave you a call because she works at, because her cousin works at the Ministry of Mundane Mysteries, and her cousin let her know that of our case. And Karen has a vested interest in our case because she has actually been, this is kind of ironic, she has actually been referring work to you, but she was in a bit of a sticky situation. So she's been throwing all these red herrings to you and to me to try and throw us off the actual truth of this case, making you believe that you were only getting this work because of, you know, your identity and, you know, negative stereotypes that society has about butch lesbians. And so she just saw that you weren't working, so she was referring all this work to you, in a really like nice way. Like she didn't want you to be without work, so she was sending you work that you were qualified for, but she was concerned, being a straight person with so much power in such a department, she didn't want to get found out, so she tried to throw you off the trail with her first phone call. Bit naive, but in the end she is referring work to you and has been for
Huh.
quite some time.
Yeah. Wow. When she had called me, it was kind of weird. It seemed like she was, you know, kind of going all over the place, and it was hard to kind of understand what her role in all this was. So,
So, and that's why she's sort of panicking and she doesn't want to be found out, and she gives you that call, like that Zoom call that got Zoom bombed, and I'm not sure how she got the link there. That got, I don't know, my fault, I guess.
that's okay. It's fine.
um, and so she fed you this misinformation to try and distract you from the truth. And she did the same with me. She shoved that note under my door, and we were both, I think, taken for a
Oh.
ride for a little bit. All I saw on this piece of paper was GOCHR. And so I went to Ottawa for apparently no reason, and I'd like a reimbursement. Please, and thank you, Miss White.
Oh man, that'd be nice.
Some kind of business expense, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully the flight wasn't super expensive.
Oh, no. Sorry. You know, in COVID times, all the flights are cheap, all the masks are
Yeah.
cheap. It's really no biggie at all.
That's really lucky, actually.
Hmm. So, sorry. I just got back. Let me just wipe this off my face.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Oh, much better. No more glitter for me.
Better?
Okay, good. Yeah, much better. I love me some makeup. It's fun and I enjoy it, but it's a bit rough on the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, where was I? Right. So that isn't the full story.
But figured that it wasn't. So what is the full story then?
So maybe you remember another woman, the one pretending to be the Vice President of the United States, Miss Kamala
Yeah.
Harris.
Yeah.
Right. So she actually works at the Government of Canada in the HR department, and she's Karen's sister. And
Okay.
they hate each other. They do not get along.
Oh.
And she got word that Karen was feeding you these lies about the HR department. And so she got she like full on rage mode, like because she actually works in HR at the Government of Canada, and so to get word that all of these lies and untruths are being perpetuated about the department, she like got furious, and so she called you to set the record straight
Okay.
because she has to protect the reputation, right?
Right. Yeah. She's just trying to, Yeah. Right. Okay. I get it. Ooh. Sorry that happened.
Yeah, so there's like a sterling reputation that she's actually hired to protect in part, and so
Yeah. No, I get that.
right. This is an annoying curtain. So the last part that I have to tell you is the third woman who called you. I have it here, Kaylee.
Yeah.
So I already know what she called to talk about, but do you mind giving me your version?
Well, she wanted to do a survey about all the pets that I've had in my whole life, and how many pets I have now, and what kind of pets I had, my experiences with each of my individual cats, and what kind of personalities they had, all kinds of questions. And it was actually kind of weird because at the end, it seemed like she thought she hung up, but she hadn't yet. And then she was talking to someone else, and she was mentioning, oh, she bought it, and it was to someone else in the room. And then I was like, what? So I don't know. I'm not really sure how all the connections happened between these three calls. Like the first two calls, I can see how they're related, but the third one seems completely out in left field.
Indeed. Okay, so this is really interesting. I don't know how it is that after a year of being plugged into Zoom every day, people are still making mistakes such as not being able to hang up a call properly. But anyway, so Kaylee is the cousin that I mentioned. Kaylee is Karen's cousin.
Yeah, there is a family
who
resemblance
works at the
there.
ministry. Yes, they all have a little bit of a a similar look. Something
Right.
in the family. Bit of a strange, bizarre family, if you ask me. But so Kaylee works at the Ministry of Mundane Mysteries, where I used to work. I've now transferred into the Ministry of Cisnormative Mysteries. But
Right.
in terms of access to files and access to cases and personal information, both ministries still have that capacity to do with both. So Karen came across mine. It came across my case file on you. And when she called you to try and distract you from the trail, she wasn't convinced that she had really succeeded. So she contacted her cousin Kaylee to make a second attempt, which is why there was that call about the survey.
Huh.
So she, spied and like found out all my files and eavesdropped on my case, which I had to have a straight lace sit down with her to set that record straight so that she doesn't do that again. And that went well, which leads me to the conclusion of I think we're done. I think the case is solved. I think we've come to a pretty satisfactory answer as to why you were getting all of these work requests, all relating to the same thing. It really did come from a good place, not the best approach.
Yeah, I guess, it was nice something to do while I was sitting around waiting for work during COVID. But now that I'm back to work and busy, it's fine. So.
Yeah, it all worked out in the end.
Yep, it did.
Yeah. So loving it. So I think it's a worthwhile policy that the government seems to have, and that it doesn't really come down to what you look like, what you identify as, what you stereotypically match. It's just down to what's your skill set? What are you qualifying to do?
Yeah.
So, which makes me think that it might be time to celebrate.
Ah, nice. There you go.
I'm gonna open it right now.
That's what I got here.
Yikes, that went all over the place.
Yeah.
Interesting. My first beer in quite a while.
I have to tell you that beer is actually super dark and strong. Most people prefer something that's a little lighter, so you might not like that one. That's, for serious experienced beer drinkers, but I hope you enjoy it.
I'm not sure how much of it I'm gonna actually finish, but to properly celebrate, I did bring some backup.
Ah, nice.
Some champagne, a glass, and cheers to you, Mel.
Cheers.
Nice. Much better. More my taste. Not much of a party person.
That's
But
fair.
it's
That's fair.
important to celebrate. So, Mel, are you satisfied with my work as your inspector on this case?
Yeah. Yeah, it has been so confusing, but now it's nice to finally have some closure. It's been definitely strange, but I'll probably be thinking about it for a while, but at least it's solved. So it won't be keeping me up at night, wondering where these referrals are coming from. It's going to be a good night's sleep for me now.
For sure. I think it's important in this day and age to manage stress and rest when you can. So thank you very much. I want to hang up on this call, but I can't quite. So I'm going to have to stand up